I started a little bit in Paris, where not so many people were taking me seriously at the time, because after modeling, a little bit of TV, trying to be an agent of photographers, you know, people were saying, "Oh, Antoine, what does he want to do?" So I said, "Okay, I'm going to go to New York with this idea of doing a reportage, I would say intimist on top models, with interviews of them, you know." I managed to get access to a few models from Elite, and it took me about 4 months to go to LA, to spend some time in New York, to do all those portraits between Estelle, Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, Tatiana Patitz, Frédéric Van der Waal, Famke Jensen at the time was a very famous model. I decided to do that. I was not super at ease in New York. You know, I spent 2 months in New York, then I went back to see my friends in Paris, then came back, tried to finish that series, and when I got all the images, you know, with a friend of mine, Guillaume Reynaud, who is a photographer, we started to print, and you know, it was kind of fun to see what you do for 4 months, trying to print it, get back all the tapes, you know, writing all the interviews and everything. And that's when I decided to go back to Hachette and to show it to Eric Colmédage at French Photo, and to also Jean Demachy at French Elle. And it's true that both were very enthusiastic about the pictures and the text, and they decided to give me a go and to publish them. So for me it was incredible. You know, it was my first job in a way, and my first big publication. You know, with a cover of French Elle and a cover of French Photo. One with Stéphanie Seymour and the other one with Claudia Schiffer. So that was in '89, and at the time, you know, it was the period where the top models were considered celebrities. You know, it was in the big era of the super top models. So it was fantastic. The reason I came to New York is because Paris at the time, Paris was a little bit difficult for me. You know, I tried different jobs, I was not being taken seriously, so I just wanted to just go somewhere else and go for an idea and really try to nail it and push myself to do something and come back to Paris with something great, because I had to prove something, I think, at the time. So I decided to come to New York. I guess because, to be honest with you, my girlfriend wanted to go. You know, she had done so many jobs and TV commercials in France. For her, it was time to move on and go to New York. And me, I thought it was an opportunity. It was something challenging. It was fun. I think that's the main reason why I came to New York in the first place. You know, and New York, it's kind of a, you know, it's the American dream. You say, "Wow, I'm going to go to the United States, I'm going to New York." You know, it's not that it's the capital of fashion, because I think Paris will still be, you know, the center of fashion, but it's definitely the capital of celebrities, and you have access to the international market of magazines. You have access to. It's much easier for a photographer, I mean, in America to take pictures of very high-profile celebrities. I think to take pictures of Angelina Jolie or you know, Sharon Stone or Julia Roberts. When you live in Paris, you have to be in the top 3-5 photographers, you know, to have access to these people. When you live in New York, honestly, there are more possibilities, because you have many more magazines, TV magazine, movie magazine, fashion magazines, who can assign you to shoot those celebrities. It was fantastic for me to be young enough to decide to go to New York. You know, I did not have kids at the time. I was free to travel and to experience different things. So I started to do this I would say intimate portraits, mostly top models or beautiful girls in lingerie, semi-nude, or casual sportswear, And it's true that I was always attracted to lingerie, swimwear. It's mostly portraits. I would say sexy portraits, sensual portraits. And I worked for the past with, and I have long relationships with companies like Victoria's Secret or Antill in France. It's sexy, lifestyle type of portraiture. That's what I like to do. I work with a company called Hanes in the United States, which is a lingerie t-shirt. So I'm still working with them next week. Then I'm going to Los Angeles to shoot Jenna Jameson for FHM UK. Then I go to St. Barth to do actually a swim story for Playboy, US Playboy. Then I come back and I have a trip, another trip in St. Barth actually for Victoria's Secret.